I had no idea that Angel Reese didn't even bother to show up, did not show up to support her teammates. It was that unimportant, but yet took a victory lap that you won a championship? You got to be joking.
Angel Reese beating her shit. What y'all gonna say now? Now that I have this unrivaled championship that I didn't even think to attend. She went to LeBron James's youngest son's high school state championship game. If this championship mattered, she would show up. She could afford.
Angel Reese has been exposed, and the internet isn't letting her off the hook. The championship everyone is praising her for? Turns out she didn't even participate in the playoffs. That's right. While her teammates were out there competing for the title, Reese was completely absent. Despite that, the media still tried to paint her as the star of the whole thing.
Angel Reese is a champion in the unrivaled that virtually no one watched. People immediately took to social media and Twitter and started posting, look at what Angel Reese has accomplished. She has a national championship at LSU. She was the rebounding queen of the WNBA. Now she has a championship in the unrivaled, and she's Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, what an accomplishment.
The real question is, does this championship truly deserve to be celebrated? Or is it just another case of the media spinning a story that doesn't match reality? Let's break it down.
Angel Reese, 3-on-3, full season highlights. Let's get it. This is my MVP, everybody, right here. She didn't win it, but she should have. Bang! Did, however, win Defensive Player of the Year. I would have given it to the rim. Bang! Best plays from the best player on this account only, right here. Bang! Oh yeah, you gotta see this one. This is a personal favorite. The hand-eye coordination, the footwork. Bang! Another fan favorite, wide open. Bang! Greatest to ever get their shot blocked, right here. Bang!
The unrivaled league was meant to revolutionize women's basketball, bringing something fresh and electrifying to the game.
Angel Reese was a member of the Rose. They won the inaugural unrivaled championship last night.
I guess if you want to take a victory lap on that, you can. I just don't know if it means anything.
Let's be real, hardly anyone was paying attention. The so-called championship that Angel Reese won wasn't even a traditional 5-on-5 game. It was a 3-on-3 tournament, a format that already struggles to capture the interest of serious basketball fans.
How important this championship was to Angel Reese. Angel Reese didn't even attend the game. She was not in the building last.
Yet, as expected, the media didn't hesitate to hype it up as if it were on the same level as an NCAA title or a WNBA championship.
Man, these athletes, they make themselves look worse and worse and worse all the time.
Reese's team, the Rose, faced off against Vinyl in the final game, a matchup that, let's be honest, hardly anyone was discussing. Unlike real professional leagues with millions of viewers and high stakes, this tournament passed by almost unnoticed. Even ESPN, despite its attempts to cover it, couldn't make it feel like a major event.
All of that was more important than being at the location, being with her teammates.
Why is it just women's basketball where we see athletes acting like?
The only reason this tournament is getting any attention now is because of the hilarious controversy surrounding Angel Reese's so-called championship moment. And here's the best part, she wasn't even there. While her teammates battled for the title, Reese was completely absent, missing not just the championship game, but the last 2 playoff matchups as well. That didn't stop her from acting like she carried the team, though. Instead of actually being there to support or contribute, she literally FaceTimed into the post-game celebration.
Her team achieved this remarkable accomplishment. Angel Reese was so thrilled, she FaceTimed in press conference and celebration. That's how big this unrivaled championship.
If this was such a significant achievement for her, wouldn't she have, at the very least, played in the game? Can you picture Caitlin Clark, Aja Wilson, or Brianna Stewart missing a championship game and still expecting to be hailed as though they accomplished something? Yeah, that would never fly.
ESPN covered this championship. Chelsea Gray scored 30-some-odd points last night in the championship game. This championship that Angel Reese has added to her trophy case that she didn't even play in the last 2.
Naturally, social media quickly jumped in to defend Reese's narrative. Her supporters flooded Twitter with posts calling her a champion, listing all her previous accomplishments as though this random 3-on-3 tournament win held the same weight as her LSU title or her WNBA stats.
fan favorite, the touch and finesse. Beautiful. And then her grace. To all my lady listeners, if she can do this, I believe in your chances. Never give up. Never! Again, she is my MVP. I want to reiterate. Best jumper I've ever seen. She leaps out of a gym. The relentless motor on her. She won't stop missing. No one has the drive to miss baskets quite like her. Shot number 2. Bang! One more time. Last one!
Let's be honest, this is all media manufactured hype. If this win really mattered, Reese would have been on the court leading her team, not sitting at home FaceTiming like a fan. The truth is, the media is trying desperately to create a superstar out of her, even when the facts don't back it up. When you take a closer look, it's clear this so-called championship is more about smoke and mirrors than any real accomplishment.
She thought so much of this championship that she was like, nah, I don't want to diminish the greatness of this championship by attending the game and rooting on my teammates. So I'll FaceTime in. No one wanted a 3-on-3 full-court women's basketball league, and no one paid attention to this. Let's put together a social media campaign and let's pretend like Angel Reese just accomplished something important.
This isn't the first time we've seen the media go out of its way to push Angel Reese as the face of women's basketball. The unrivaled league championship is just the latest example of them trying to force a narrative that doesn't hold water. Even though the tournament barely made any impact in the sports world, ESPN and other media outlets jumped on it, plastering Reese's name across headlines despite her not playing in the final 2 games.
We're going to build up this narrative that Angel Reese is one of the great athletes of our lifetime. She's right there with Steph Curry, and she's right there with LeBron James. She's right there with Kevin Durant. She's got a championship at LSU, and now she has a championship in the unrivaled.
Think about that for a moment. A player skips the most crucial games of a championship, yet is still credited as if they were an essential part of the team's success. In any other sport, if a player misses the deciding game, they don't receive the same level of respect as those who actually played. But with Angel Reese, the media is willing to rewrite the rules. And let's not pretend this was some elite tournament with top-tier competition. It was a brand new 3-on-3 league with little star power. The biggest names in the WNBA, Aja Wilson, Kelsey Plum, and Caitlin Clark, weren't even involved. Even Sabrina Ionescu, who was originally part of it, backed out early. Why? Because they know this isn't real professional basketball. The best players don't see it as worth their time.
Go rush to social media and pretend that you care more about the unrivaled league than Angel Reese.
Angel Reese just found herself at the center of one of the most embarrassing championship celebrations ever. The so-called unrivaled league title she's been bragging about? Turns out she didn't even step foot on the court for the final 2 games. That's right. While her teammates were out there competing for the trophy, Reese was nowhere to be seen. But that didn't stop the media hype machine from acting like she just had the greatest championship run in basketball history.
Angel Reese, 3-on-3, part 13, let's get it! Classic long 2. Bang! PSA, no rims or backboards were harmed during the filming of this video. But viewers are encouraged to look away. Bang! What? Bang! I heard her say that she might sit out if the WNBA doesn't pay her what she deserves. They say $1 million for every missed layup is fair. Bang! They are stat petting queen properly. Fair wages for all. I repeat, fair wages. Remember, they're coming to see her. Long 2, butter pecan. Bang!
Now, let's ask the real question. Is this even a title worth celebrating? Or is this just another case of Reese getting credit she didn't earn? Let's dive into the details and expose just how ridiculous this situation really is. Of course, social media wasted no time spinning the story. Reese's fans flooded Twitter with posts calling her a champion, listing this so-called title alongside her LSU championship and WNBA rebounding stats, as if they all held equal weight. But let's be real, this is just an inflated narrative. If this championship truly mattered, Reese would have been on the court leading her team, proving she deserved the spotlight. Instead, she phoned it in literally.
Understand how the WNBA won't have enough money to pay her. I mean, max contract, we're talking about Curry land, we're talking about LeBron. I mean, she brings all the eyeballs. She's so skilled, she does everything perfectly. I mean, she can dunk too. Look at that. Bang!
Netflix, listen to me. If the WNBA won't pay her, you better. Comedy special, man. She's hilarious. Who else can do the hop, skippity, drop, step, bang better than her? Bang! Bang!
What's even funnier is that the Rose actually performed better without her in the championship game. Chelsea Gray stepped up and gave an amazing performance. Some fans even mentioned that the team looked more cohesive and fluid once Reese was out of the lineup. That's the uncomfortable truth the media doesn't want to face. Instead of acknowledging that Reese's absence didn't hurt the team, they kept pushing the narrative that she was the heart and soul of the victory. But then came the most absurd part, Reese herself feeding into the hype. After the game, she took to,
This championship game was so unimportant. She's like, nah, I'm good. I'll watch from home. I'll watch this stream from home, and I'll FaceTime in if we win.
This league has got to figure out a way to honor Angel Reese in all this.
She went on Twitter, posting cryptic messages like, "What are you going to say now?" as though she had just shut down her critics. But what exactly did she prove? That a team she wasn't even playing for could win without her? That joining a post-game celebration via FaceTime is the same as actually being part of the competition?
Have to sit through the fake importance of double-doubles all over again? Question mark? Oh, nobody gets hollow double-doubles like your girl, Angel Reese.
This situation brings to light the ongoing problem with how Angel Reese is promoted. Rather than letting her actual on-court performance speak for itself, the media and her supporters are always trying to boost her legacy with hollow achievements. If she genuinely wants to be recognized as one of the greats, she must demonstrate that on the court, not through Twitter rants, media buzz, or claiming a title she didn't earn.
There's 16 players with a higher point per average than Reese. She led the league in rebounds per game and personal fouls per game. Her points numbers won't translate to the W very well because free throws only count for 1 point.
So, the real question is, how much longer can this narrative go on? Eventually, the truth will catch up with the story they're trying to sell. The media can only push this superstar image for so long before people start realizing that Angel Reese isn't the powerhouse they claim her to be. And this latest championship is just further proof of that.
12 rebounds per game, how many of which were her own missed putback?
Consider how real superstars are recognized. When athletes like LeBron James, Steph Curry, or Breanna Stewart claim championships, it's because they were the driving forces behind their team's success. They were there on the court, making decisive plays, showing exactly why they were the best. But with Reese, she missed the most crucial part of the tournament, and yet the media still put her in the spotlight.
You want to grow the game? All right, grow the game. All I'm saying is if you want to play in the big leagues, if you want to be somebody that transcends the game, you got to have a personality. I will give Angel Reese this. She has a personality. It's ignorance. It's stupid. I mean, it's really
Now, let's compare this to real competitors. Take Caitlin Clark, for example. Every time she steps on the court, she's under intense scrutiny. Every shot, pass, win, or loss is examined. If she missed a championship game, nobody would be calling her a champion. They'd be questioning why she wasn't there. The same goes for Aja Wilson, Breanna Stewart, or any top-level player. The standard is clear. To be considered a champion, you need to earn it. But with Reese, it's a different story. Instead of expecting her to prove her worth, the media keeps making excuses. They ignore the fact that her team thrived without her and downplay her lack of contribution. Instead, they keep handing her accolades she hasn't truly earned, acting like they're legitimate.
If I was funding this league, I'd say, all right, hold on. You got a golden goose. We all got one in Caitlin Clark. These people that are criticizing Caitlin Clark, these people that are hitting Caitlin Clark, these people that are talking as if they are as important as Caitlin Clark are hurting our opportunity. They're hurting.
This championship only highlighted an uncomfortable truth. Reese's absence didn't hurt her team at all. They managed to win without her, which brings up an important question. How much is she really contributing? And then there's how she handled the aftermath. Instead of giving credit to her teammates who actually earned the win, she immediately took to social media, making the victory all about herself. Let's contrast this with real champions. When players like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant secured their titles, they celebrated alongside their teammates. understanding the hard work it took. They weren't sitting on the sidelines, FaceTiming in, and still expecting to be credited.
Most influential female athletes right now: Coco Gauff, 10, Juju Watkins, number 9, Cameron Brent, 8, Paige Beckers, number 7, Sabrina Ionescu, number 6, Asia Wilson. So Asia's not going to be happy either. Jakari Richardson was number 4, Simone Biles number 3 right here. I can't quite get past the fact that Simone Biles is behind Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark, she ran away with number 1. I don't think that should surprise us. She came away with number 1.
It's becoming more apparent that Angel Reese's career is being carried more by media hype than by actual on-court dominance. She was certainly a standout player in college, but at the professional level, she hasn't demonstrated that she belongs among the elite. Her performances in the WNBA have been hit or miss. Her shooting lacks consistency, and her style of play still leans heavily on physicality rather than skillful technique. Despite this, the media continues to elevate her as a once-in-a-generation talent. However, this unrivaled league title could be the turning point where the fantasy starts to unravel. Winning a watered-down tournament doesn't automatically make her a champion, and missing crucial games but still taking credit for the victory doesn't establish her as dominant. This was a story created by the media, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for those paying attention to ignore the cracks in the narrative.
Caitlin Clark is redefining the entire landscape of women's sports. Her dominance on the court has shattered outdated narratives about women's sports, proving that women's basketball can be just as marketable and widely watched as men's. But the Caitlin Clark effect goes far beyond her performance. It's reshaping the entire sports landscape. Her presence alone boosts the WNBA attendance by 105% compared to games without her, while road games featuring her Indiana Fever see an 87% increase in opponent home attendance. Her rookie debut sparked a staggering 200% jump in WNBA viewership, while Fever home games drew a league-high 186,000 fans last season, a 265% increase from 2023.
Real champions show up when it matters the most. They step up, own their part in their team's success, and let their performance do the talking. Angel Reese had an opportunity to demonstrate this, but instead, she took credit for a victory she had no hand in. The media can push whatever narrative they choose, but the truth remains. This so-called championship is meaningless and doesn't change the fact that Reese still has much to prove. The unrivaled league championship was merely an overhyped event that had little to no impact on the sports world. And yet, we watch Reese take credit for a title she didn't even compete for. The media treated this moment like a defining milestone in her career, but the facts are clear. She missed the final 2 games, wasn't present when her team secured the win, and still claims it's a major moment in her journey.